The... Oh. Oh. Hello everyone, welcome back to Miner's Haven. How do you skip 20k lives ease at 20k? I said that right. It's actually quite simple if you know the trick. For the 20 of you who are life 20,000 and above, I have finally reached the club with you. However, I have a new juicy setup. This is about as juicy as I can make it. I know I've said this a couple of times, but skipping 20 at 20k is ease, as some would say. Now this is my setup. It's a little above average size, but we're not done yet. Here's the second portion of it. Look at this beauty. You got everything you could want. You got the bookshelves. You got the massive setup. You got the emoji wall. And of course, you have the giant rock. So, honestly, what can rival this? To be fair. Now your question might be, how much does this setup make? Well, you gotta wait a minute considering this happens. However, spoilers, it does make decent E+ money. So if you're looking for an E+ setup, if you have every single item I have, I guess you can make it. I mean, you could use more shop or crate items, because I didn't use all of them I could have used, because I didn't really need them. So, this is basically the peak of juiciness. There's a couple upgraders I missed, I think, from exotic, oops. Like exotic wise, but I got most of them. So, there we go. And the most tedious part of this setup is simply waiting. You might think, how do you even know where anything is? I mean, because the actual layout of my setup is a little strange. Allow me to show. Because fitting everything in was quite strange. Like, I didn't know I could fit it this close. And then, you know, the other items here. Everything is accounted for. The heavenly upgrader is even here, because the ore goes too slowly. It doesn't go in the right here. So I have this that ramps into a tiny conveyor. And I have that wall here to stop the ore from dying. And then the ore illuminator, of course. And then I have it go into a satellite beam. And then it gets shoved down into here. And then the permafrost refiner makes the scorching heat better. And then twitch powered upgrade I just shoehorned in. Ore hoister. And then the endpoint refiner. And then a bunch more goodies. Ore cranes are shorter than... If you're wondering why I'm using the ore cranes, they're shorter than the ramps. So we got 4 winders, because that's as many as you can use, and I just used as many as I could in one fail swoop of the golden blaster, which goes into a Vulcan's grasp, because I'm pretty sure this peaks, or this caps, and it caps at the first loop, or at least that's what I found it to do, because I didn't see a noticeable difference when I used it before Tesla or after. So I figured it didn't do anything. Perhaps because of the tags being reset, because that's what it's actually supposed to do, it wouldn't make a difference. I think I just solved the mystery. Scooby and the gang no longer have to search for the answer. I got you. Even though I'm sure this was already common knowledge. It just takes me a minute to understand stuff, you know what I mean. Of course, you got the beautiful enchantments. And you know what, it's strange, because it takes an awful lot of bookshelves in order to power the Book of Knowledge, because even with all the bookshelves I have in here that I could just shove into my setup, it's only 25k. Of course I could shove more here, but the giant rock's gotta be here. It's just gotta. I could put more big bad blasters here, but I'd just rather not right now, because there's no need to. When I need to make more money to rebirth, I will. So my rebirth price is 970. Let's just say 1 NOTG, because that's what it is about to be. Which means I would need the suffix before E+ begins in order to skip 20. at this moment. And I just made this setup yesterday. So previously I was either skipping 19 or 20, and I was like, this is dumb. I want to skip 20 always. So then I made this setup. I like how the ores just got past the lunar refiners when it became night. So if I were to make this video with my other setup, I wouldn't have been able to, because you always got to skip 20. If you're not skipping 20, you're not doing it right. You always have to skip 20. Unless your life 100, for example, and skipping lives would actually do more damage to you than help you. Understandable. Because I would recommend getting all the items you can get first before you start skipping. That has been a rule of thumb, at least for me. If you don't have the items to get this, for example, you're going to want it, because it's good. Or decent. It's good. I'm sure there'd be a difference if I removed it. Because apparently this was bad, but I think it's good. It looks nice too. However, it looks like an item during the night, and then it doesn't look like an item during the day. It's just the color white during the day. You have to remember to replace these though. And I just have it sitting on my base just so that it's just there. I might as well put the this down. You could always add more bookshelves, but it won't help that much considering your ore is already worth, you know, that. And it hasn't even went through the final upgrader yet. Does this take slightly longer than my previous setup? Yes. Wouldn't my previous setup be better technically? Yes, because of speed and efficiency, but only for a little bit longer. Because you see, this will have me skipping 20 for a while. My other setup doesn't quite skip 20 anymore. Unless it's either night or I was lucky. Because the most I made for my previous setup was 183. E+, that is. Which I would say is impressive money for a setup. However, it's not so impressive when you need that, basically, in order to skip 20. Surely by life 30,000, I won't be able to skip 20 anymore. Perhaps even 25,000, I won't be able to skip anymore. Oh yeah, I'll say so. But that's alright, because you're not supposed to skip 20 forever. But you gotta keep skipping 20 until the very bitter end. You know? So after this, I'll try to make an even more insane setup if I can't skip 20 more. Like, hypothetically, I could add the Hydra Blaster to my setup. However, I would also have to ore loop a lot longer to get more ores. And I would also... this thing would blow up a lot more. If you have a flamethrower, it'll blow up the ores automatically. Or it'll upgrade all 3 times, so you don't have to worry about it catching yours on fire past a Tesla or something else like that. Otherwise, the ores are coming up right now. You know, they're worth a little bit of money. So, it's all good. E+ 188. Now, that's pretty typical money. The highest I've gotten from this setup so far was 189. However, that was during the day. So I can only imagine it would be like 190, maybe even 191 during the night. Bam, baby. 111 NOTG. And of course you gotta make money to start, so we got this. So that is my setup. If you want to skip 20 lives at 20,000, it is definitely possible. You just gotta believe. You gotta believe in your Lord and Savior. Yours truly right here. Sorry for the 2-week uploading. But thanks for watching. If you like 20k ease 20 skip setups, then leave a like perhaps, or don't. See you later.